Hello and welcome to another episode of Game Informer's Test Chamber. Today we are looking at World of Warcraft pre-Legion patch, which has a bunch of class changes, and I am here with the MMO master himself, Andy Mack.
Hello, hello.
And so yeah, this is the patch that just went live today. It gives players about a month to explore some of the new talents and huge class changes that have gone on before Legion comes out in a month. And in a couple weeks, I think, something like that, you're also going to be able to play Demon Hunter early if you pre-purchase or something like that. So they've gone through and made a ton of changes to all the classes, so you're going to have to respec and do all that jazz with the intention of bringing back some of the flavor to the sub-specs so that they will all play very differently from one another instead of being a homogenized pot of DPS, tanking, and healing.
While at the same time homogenizing PvP with over gear and stuff like that.
Right, so PvP is its own thing now, so they don't have to balance them together anymore from a talent perspective. And you now have class spec talents and everything like that, so I have no idea what we're looking at right now. This is one of my characters, is a Demonology Warlock. Has to be completely retalented. This character is now a very much more pet-focused class, can no longer do the metamorphosis that Demonologists used to do. Oh gosh, I don't even want to...
It's one of the few classes I never really played. I think I have a level 20 Warlock. That was one of the classes I never played.
Yeah.
Was Warlock. Even when in their days of being extremely overpowered. And I certainly never played an Alliance character, so I don't even know where we are. Other than I think I killed people here in some raids.
You did?
Yes.
And you might have come here to the stockades once in a while or something.
Yeah, we came here to kill people, yes.
Yeah. So,
well, I should say kill Alliance.
I'm just going to pick things that look like pet things here. One of the other big systems that you can now play with is the transmogrification system has completely changed, so that now, when you find a piece of gear on somebody, you unlock it account-wide on all your characters for transmogging, so...
You can also create appearances and like outfits that you can choose from. And
so you've got a complete like wardrobe. So this is based on like all the stuff that I've got on all my characters. You can get really wild, and you don't have to like carry all the stuff in your inventory, which is really nice. I think you have to go and log into the other characters for them to count. There we go, some old Molten Core stuff here. I think that's from Molten Core.
I think the Circle of Flame. You were correct. Yes. That's
so
a classic.
Every slot has its own, like, this is really cool for those who like to really customize their characters. Wow.
I mean, it's the same. It's the same equipment.
Right.
Spots.
It's just all, instead of having, like, giant sacks of stuff you need to do, you can just do it all in one spot across all your characters, which is pretty cool.
Mostly this UI is much easier. I mean, usually you're just looking at the little icon and doesn't actually show what it looks like. I mean, there's plenty of things that I go, is that the brown one? Is that the green one? That's the green one. Is that the... No, okay. And then like you go through them, and this is obviously a lot easier to use.
Right.
As far as graphic annotation. So I'm interested. I mean, I'm super excited about Legion. I'm definitely going to get back in and start playing some more WoW.
Right, and I am as well. And again, there's lots of sweeping changes across the board that you can get started with right now, which is why I have no idea what I'm doing right now, because the classes have been completely changed. Let's get some stuff here that's... things that look like they enhance pets.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's easy enough to respec. You can also... They changed it so that you can, in any place where you are getting resting experience... So an inn, a giant city, you can change talents without needing an item like you used to need.
And I think the glyph system is completely gone as well.
Yes, except they said that some of the like the glyph things that were affected appearance, you know, like Ghost Wolf, let's say, that they are now available through other means. And then also, too, you get like a grace period when you enter like a dungeon to change your talents. So if you get in there and, you know, you're like, oh, I got to go heal, you can switch over. And also, too, you can do multiple specs. So like if you are, and you're not just dual spec, you can now do them all. So I think
anytime you're in town, like I can do this right now. Like I don't even need to go to a trainer. I can change specs.
Which is, God, I don't know how it took so long to get to this point in this game. It was annoying that you couldn't be kind of all those things at once. And it also saves all your buttons, all your settings, and everything like that for those different classes.
Right.
So,
and although Not right now, since it just screwed up everything, but yes.
Yeah, you got to redo all. I do hate the first day where you just sit around and go through characters and find all the buttons
with right now.
and
not very exciting, but it's part of the part of things.
Remember all your hotkeys. And also too, like you did not go to go get all your things installed, which is what the first thing I do as well.
Absolutely no mods right now.
Yeah, modless. Ugh.
And I'm sure all those are out of date, so have fun updating those.
They're pretty easy to update. And Chris does a good job, I think, of giving everybody like a heads up. And Blizzard has gotten, with the beta being out there, a lot of these things have already been updated, I'm sure. Because like I can't even look at old school backpacks anymore.
Oh yeah, they're awful.
I'm such a one bag homer now.
I need to do some serious cleanup, especially with the garrisons like pretty much going defunct now. I got a lot of cleaning up to do in these bags.
Yeah, I mean, I did the Garrett. I mean, I leveled. I think I had 5 or 6 level 100s.
Yep, that's right.
I hate to admit it, but I mean, I was so tired of the garrison by the end.
Yeah, it started. I mean, I was really keen on them when they started, and then they got
a little quick. And also, too, the legendary ring quest is done now, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. It should take you to level 110 at least. We'll still be good at that point.
But I mean, you can't get it anymore. I think it's if you did not complete the quest by today's patch. I think it's done.
I believe that is correct.
Or if not, it might be that you need to do it in the next 2 weeks.
Right,
which would be hard.
Right.
But it would be good to get it. They did say that they changed some other UI pieces in the main UI, which will be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
noticing that. Look at this. Yeah. This is new. Like all these, just seems like quality of life stuff in the base UI.
Well, they really, I feel like, I mean, I know they don't really cross-pollinate developers, but just with all the work they've done with Heroes of the Storm and stuff, I would think that we would see a lot of improvements come to just PvP and UIs, because I just feel like they've come a long way since WoW came out, and they can be better as far as like giving information to the players, and not requiring, like you said, going and downloading every single mod in the world.
I mean, we're all used to using a billion mods, so let's move over here and check out something else.
Something on the good side?
Yes. Wonder what we can do here. Let's go. I know you can spec hunters as melee now. We can try to give that a shot.
Oh yeah, that's just the craziest thing ever.
Survival hunters are now actually melee, and the class I'm most excited to try in Legion is actually the outlaw rogue, which used to be the combat rogue. They're now basically pirates. I think, I've been against melee DPS for a long time, since it's traditionally sort of they don't get much love.
Well, I played an enhancement shaman forever, and it's one of those things that, I always laugh because I read these, like I read the notes today on the enhancement shaman. They're like, hey, we did all this stuff to help with your damage. And I'm like, you still ignored survivability.
Right. You die in one hit while everyone else is already shooting, and you have to run away. Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a lot of like seeing how these things work in practice, and what they do. So it'll be interesting to see. But look at that mongoose bite.
And you get specific talent. Like this is actually a melee hunter now. I don't know how that works with a bow in hand. But
the thing is, this is cool and also ruins an old joke.
Really?
Well, I mean, back in vanilla and on, there was always someone who was like, "I'm a melee hunter."
So there was absolutely that joke, and you definitely didn't want those guys with you.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can actually swing with this thing. Is this like? I'm just wondering if I actually need a melee weapon like a halberd or something now, or this is what I use.
If you're gonna run around and swing your bow.
Yeah. That's what it's like Hanzo style.
You probably don't have.
Yeah, two-handed melee weapon. So you actually will need which means that's really cool because this spec is going to get an artifact weapon that'll be melee.
Yeah, I'm excited about the artifact weapons.
Yes. I don't know if they're going to let us have those before the expansion starts.
I don't think so. I think you're going to need the expansion. I mean, that's what they're selling a lot of us on, right?
I mean, in the beta you can get it. You get it very early on in the expansion. It just grows with you as you play. I don't know why I'm even doing.
What are you gonna clean up your garrison here while we're at it?
I have no melee weapon to use this. I guess we can try. Let's see what Beastmaster is like.
Just go to the city and just buy one, like anyone.
Just a random. I'm sure.
I mean, you've got gold, right?
Yes.
There's just up in the corner. There's the portal. You remember where it is in the garrison? Right?
Yeah, I know where it is. There's a tower.
Right, just checking.
It's been a while.
It's been obviously. It's more to the left, but
is it?
Yeah, but you can go through there. Go through there. Go through there. Go through there anyway.
I'm getting my mount button here. I don't know why it's not.
Appearances.
So
See,
much
there is
stuff.
Appearances tab. Hit the appearances tab.
This is the transmog stuff, but I think I still have to go to a transmogrifier in order to change it. But
yeah, but it's just interesting that stuff is there.
and it lets you see stuff you don't have either, so it'll tell you where to go get it if you want something, which is also very cool.
That mask is ugly.
Everything's ugly on undead.
Yeah. All right.
Sadly.
Right.
Anyway, yes, I was there to get my mount so I could get to this thing faster. So much stuff.
Yeah, because you've got to be flying, right? You have flying.
I don't know if I have it on this character. Well, certainly not on this mount. Is it up here?
Yeah.
All right.
Then you can make. Oh.
It's classic right there.
I've done that before, but not like on film.
Hey, that's where we do it best. And also, with this pre-beta stuff, they're going to have different events leading up to the expansion, where they can fight off Burning Legion, sort of like how they used to do with how they did with Burning Crusade and stuff like that. It should be cool.
Yeah, I read that they put in a bunch of new attack animations and stuff like that too, which I'm kind of excited to see what that's all about, and the changes. I mean, there's a good 3-4 days if you have enough characters of just running around, resetting up specs, checking things out. I'm sure catching up with old friends who are doing the same thing, replaying old dungeons.
Because the specs have changed so much, it's really gonna. Oh,
Look at that! You got the trike.
It looks like I could
some money.
I could spend a month. I could spend a month just going through these bags.
Go left. There, straight ahead.
Auction house.
Yes.
All right.
Well, you got to buy it. You're trying to get it. I thought we were on the same quest.
We're just getting a weapon. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
All right.
You're going to be able to get a two-hander for. I mean,
I've got like no money on this character.
Don't you have to get? Is it a mace is safer, or do you think an axe? You can get an axe.
I don't 35 fire war axe. Oh my gosh! Look at these prices.
I mean, you don't need. You don't need something nice. They did say that you can hold as many crafted items now as you want, though there's no reason to make a bunch of them. But you could, in theory, make a decently powerful character.
And this should work.
You know what I mean? In that little time frame.
Oh yeah.
Males right there.
Yeah.
This is World of Warcraft?
It must be.
Survival change. Did you see that? There was a mail in there for you about survival change. They might have been giving you a weapon. We might have been.
Yeah, they were. Nice.
Well,
they actually were.
Yeah. So and it's item.
Okay, it's super cool.
Yeah. So take that item.
Cool. Man, I don't know why I bought that piece of junk. All right, cool.
It's all right. Well, someone's got to get suckered at the auction house. I'm glad it was you.
Sure, let's go with that. All right. Wow, what is all this? So much stuff. That's the thing.
Wow,
they put Murderer Crows way earlier in the tree. I don't know any of these. Like, I don't know what I want. That's cool.
I mean, Mortal Wounds, I'm assuming, is like a bleed effect or a, like, for PvP. And like
Proof traps. Oh man, this is gonna be like Trap Hunter again.
Reduce healing. Camouflage.
This is the
You can totally rogue it up.
everything they were dreaming about for Survival Hunter.
Dragon's Fire Grenade.
Sticky Bomb. All right.
Butchery.
Some crazy stuff here. Butchery.
Replaces Carve. Ah.
A grenade. And of course the Serpent Sting. We wanted that one. Wow.
Expert
So
Trapper.
lots of grenades, man. All right.
I guess, they had to
Summons
replace
a
some kind of
cobra.
spell kind of thing.
Yeah.
Aspect of the beast. Oh.
Based off your pet spec. Man, there's so much. See, that's the only problem with these. Like I've got to do all this. It doesn't make for a good video because there's so much resetting and like figuring out what to do.
Yeah, and going to the fancy websites that have like the endless sea of data.
Yeah. And for
that I'll go read.
What rotation is this? I have no idea because I've never used. As you can see, like many of these skills are completely new. I mean, Wing Clip's old, but the rest of this stuff, like, ugh. This is actually a melee hunter that you can play now.
All right, well, go punch things.
All right. I just need to get abilities on my hotbar.
Your OCD is kicking in.
No, I need moves.
Fashionista hand. Look at that. You got a bunch of
yeah.
Oh, you got a bunch of achievements just from that stuff.
Very cool. All right, where should we go to punch stuff?
Don't go to the PvP zone.
No, we won't.
I don't think that would not go well.
Go outside of the barracks, I guess. Outside of the garrison. Oh, yeah, I can just.
Yeah, you can just hearth back to garrison and run around and hit something pretty quickly.
I mean, I think we gave a good overview of the new stuff, even though we haven't been able to show much of it. That's how it always is with this stuff, and I think that's why they released a month early, because these changes are so significant.
Have a couple quests. They're called flying mounts.
I remember, hey, you gotta
just the
no flying, man. We're off-roading it here. Oh man, I remember this place. Get some garrison resources, which I think are now like defunct.
Did you ever get into the pet game?
No, I always, you know what? I always wanted to, and every time I'd start on it, I'd be like, you know what?
With the excitement of Pokemon Go around, I will say I actually got into it last summer, and I leveled up a lot. I mean,
really?
I basically, I
know they put a bunch of stuff in there to like,
and I collected a lot of them. It was fun.
That's the question. Is it fun?
I thought it was fun. The cool thing is there's just those trainers around, a la Pokemon, that you have to go beat, and the strategies to beat them are really interesting. Though I did tend to look a lot of them up online. They were just interesting in that the way these guys were really hard. I mean, they were really hard, so you had to like kind of use tricks, I guess to say.
Yeah. So that's a cool new thing hunters can do.
Oh yeah.
I should probably summon a pet, I guess. That's what we do, right?
And your pet is?
It's currently dead from whatever. I don't even know what pet this character has. I guess let's find out.
Oh, raptor.
I've got to have better than a raptor. What? Wait, hang on. Where's my... I cannot just have a raptor unless they changed all my pets too. Maybe they stabled them all.
No, from what I can tell from your character so far, this seems all on par.
I have rare pets, Andy. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Where is my stable?
I have rare pets.
I do. I don't. You think I just used a raptor? Are you serious?
He's certainly not set to attack anything.
No, he's not. I'm telling you, this is like the default here.
So you say you were in a raiding guild, huh?
That's right.
I kind of like the UI. At least
they
I
have
like
changed a lot here. Okay.
Some of the targeting stuff seems to be better. I mean, this quest is older than the sun.
I'm aware of that.
So I can't believe you completed it, but nice work.
Yeah, it was really hard. It was like, I don't know.
That's also those are like expansion 3 shoulders, aren't they? Or
that's a good question.
Those are old. At least that. Maybe it's just an old graphic. It's an old graphic.
Yeah, it's transmogged.
Yeah. Mantle of the Golden Forest.
Yeah, why not? I did lots of transmogging apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anything to make an undead look better, but it never does.
It is impossible.
It is impossible. I would agree. All right. Well, since you don't want to be embarrassed by your just off the shelf.
What, are you kidding me?
Pet.
Well, I guess this is probably a Marks hunter, which is why he probably doesn't have anything exotic. I got some cool pets on my other
What's your favorite character?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Did you play the hunter the most? Did you play that warlock?
I did play this hunter the most, I think, in the last expansion, but there are many other characters.
Paladin, I see there.
There is a paladin. I did not play him much though. I got bored with him as soon as he hit 100.
Yeah, I did the same with my paladin.
Man, try going back a little further.
Oh yeah, these are all. Boy, you half leveled a lot of people.
Well, these weren't half leveled at the time.
Yeah.
All right, this is when 80 was cap. All right.
Whoa, you're hardcore then.
Yeah. These were.
You
these
do
were
know you
baller
could
at the
server
time.
transfer. You didn't have to like level up 16 new guys on a
I
different.
didn't know you could do that. All right, let's check out the new combat spec. I'm actually debating going back to melee for the first time in like 8 years for a DPS class, just because of this new spec, which is basically the pirate rogue.
So okay, wait. So now you still didn't quite entirely answer my question. So normally you'd play a hunter. When you talk about DPS, you would
Yes.
play mage. I had a mage that I had fun with, but mage is just as boring as melee.
Mage, warlock, or hunter have been my recent picks
Okay.
for range DPS. Unfortunately, lots of hunters, which is why I want something different. This hunter's a little. I mean, I'm gonna get you get a free level 100 when you get the expansion. So
I mean, I like rogue. I've always liked playing rogue, but like I said, I like melee. Even though it's more work, I just feel like even though you can die instantly, I feel it was a little more challenging than standing in the back row. Firing, slowly going through your rotation.
I go through stages just because I mean I would think across the board that range DPS is just easier to play, and that's not saying that I don't want it to be a harder experience. It's just like when you're down to the wire on a boss and you screw up because of your melee, it's just like, man, I could have just never had to deal with that.
No, I agree. I mean, that's the thing that this game has always had trouble with, is that they've always made life, I think, significantly more difficult for melee. And I mean, I think you saw it a lot in the world firsts, like in the last expansion as well. And in the last kind of introductions of new dungeons, was that the people that finished it first were the people that were like, we brought 7 druids,
Right.
and like beat things that way rather than dealing with melee, which was kind of sad. Parlay.
Yeah, this is new probably for a class-specific talent here, obviously,
Replaces
with the
Bond.
pirate. Yeah. Forcing it to negotiate instead of fighting. So it's just like
That's
pacify.
a noob talent.
Yeah.
No one picks it.
It's not going to help in raid
That
DPS.
is one that they were like, whoa, what are we going to fill it in with?
Yeah, probably that one.
Yeah. Cost energy? Yeah, of course. Dirty tricks. Everyone's going to have dirty tricks.
So this character's only level 80, so he doesn't have all the stuff yet. But here's some of the new cool stuff that you get as this outlaw character. You get this bribe thing. I mean, it's totally it's a flavor skill, obviously, but...
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work in raids. It works out in the middle of nowhere when
Where
you
you're-
level up over a 20-hour period. Neat.
and then you're done with it forever, right?
Correct. Unless you're a hunter, then... Oh, no, well, I guess because you have your hunter friends have you do that so they can easily tame a pet.
Right. It's one of the big draws, this one. He's got this new...
And
new
like they
finisher, this
redid
one.
poisons too as well. Oh, they did in the last one.
Yeah,
That's right.
poisons have been
yeah.
redone for a while. Yeah, rogues have been trying to get love for a long time, but still, again, playing melee DPS is always pretty questionable to me. But we're going to see how it shakes out. I think I'm ready to do it again. It's been such a long time. I played a rogue in vanilla actually, and that was, I think, the last time I played melee DPS.
Currency conversion.
For honor,
Free money.
I didn't play this character in like 2 years, but okay.
It's all right. You obviously didn't check the mail in 2 years because that was still there.
So this is like got this finishing move where you actually like roll
why are
dice.
there so many people in Dalaran?
I don't know. Maybe there's something going on, or again, maybe people are just logging in their characters, right? I don't know. Headless Horseman. Yeah, this is.
I mean, last
This
time
is
I
an
was in
older
Dalaran,
character.
it was dead, except for what was the event that they did
Well-
here recently that was in the middle?
You got to figure this character was probably in Dalaran when Dalaran was the relevant city.
Yeah,
So
I know. Oh, look at this going right.
yeah, this character's
Violent hold.
probably not strong enough to handle this by himself though. He's only 80. Just want to actually just try out a move or two before we.
And of course, you pick the one that's just like, all right, they're gonna come and kill you.
Oh man, I don't have moves hotkeyed or anything. This is.
I did enjoy these ones that were like just.
I like
bosses.
this one.
Yeah, I like you too.
I just too bad I don't have any skills queued up here. We probably need some.
You might. Do you have a button that just says R a lot?
Just need Sinister Strike. Sinister Strike. Where is
Did
it?
you just
Let's
say
see.
R at the end of that? I think you did.
Did he? Wow. Okay.
That was a big hit.
Okay, I got that. I just need to find like whatever the Sinister Strike equivalent.
I saw they removed multi-strike too as a stat.
Yes, they've changed so much. Like they really are doing like a complete revamp here.
which is interesting, especially because I think that was one of the main stats for Enhancement Shaman, if I remember correctly. So I was like, I'm sure my character is really boned until the expansion comes out. That is one of the things I do hate about these like half changes, even though they do change. I think every raid encounter has had its lowered by 30%. I think both like its attack and its like health.
They were just reduced everything to make
so
get everyone caught up with whatever they want.
So yeah, you can kind of kill whatever you want,
Yeah.
but at the same time too, it's annoying when your character goes down. Like you're like, oh, I got all this new stuff, and my DPS went down.
Right. Yeah. I mean, everything's going to be balanced now around new stuff. So
Correct. Yeah. So they kind of give you that free for all kind of thing.
What does this move even do? Oh, I'm blade filling. Okay, that explains that. All right.
That's usually good for multiple
You're
targets.
supposed to have like a pistol that you shoot too.
Really?
Yeah, like as a finisher
Between the eyes.
and as a regular move. I think I have a pistol shot too. Obviously, I'm showing out everyone how awesome I am at the game right now, but
Well, thankfully, these guys are not hitting. Ooh, there you go.
I think that one of those was my regular shot. One of them was a finisher. I can't I manipulate my hotbar.
It's very rogue of you.
Yes. I think I can live with this. This is... Of course, I say that now until it's a raid boss that I have to run out of his AoE every 5 seconds.
And I also saw that they're changing a lot of stats too, so that things like necklaces and rings are going to have less stats that are specific to a class or a spec, I should say. So if you're a multi-spec class, that you wouldn't need to have like for example, as a shaman, I would have a healing neck and a healing ring set that I would put on, and healing trinkets that I would put on when I did those things. They're trying to make it so that you can just use the trinkets and rings that you have.
So having 3 sets.
And then the items, which we, like the armor sets that have already been changed to where, like, depending on what spec you are, they change. So to make it easier, once again, for anyone that has played like a druid or a shaman and your bags are always full, and then you go over to your hunter friend's computer and you look at his bags and he's got like 2 things in it.
Oh, it's a targeted thing. Okay.
The jealousy is real of all that bag space. So I think that's a nice change for multi-specs. But I think it also makes things like playing a druid, playing a shaman, kind of more exciting. Paladin in particular. Actually, Paladin and Druid probably the most, just because they're the ones that have like kind of all the classes covered.
Right. Especially Druid.
Yeah.
And they got some major changes in this one too. I think cats actually have some kind of ranged DPS now too.
But you know, class I really got into with the last expansion that I didn't play before, but I finally made one because I wanted one, was I really liked Shadow Knight.
Oh yeah, Death Knights?
Yeah, Death Knights. Yeah,
dude.
sorry. That was very EverQuest of me.
I mean, it's no, because it's exactly the same class, right?
Yeah, I really like the Death Knights. Fun to tank with the Death Knights. I thought more fun than Druid tanking.
Yeah, I played one on launch when they were Flavor of the Month.
I'll probably use. I'm excited. I want to try to get the pre-order 100 instant 100 level, because I've never had a level 100 warrior.
Oh,
or a
yeah.
level. I've
Yeah.
never had a high level warrior. I want to play a high level warrior, just because I want to see that.
That's a new skill. It's called Cooking Fire. Lets you.
Yeah, it's been around a while.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Test Team. We're gonna have a lot more on Legion as we go through it and learn more on it. It'll be out in about a month, and we're gonna be trying things out until then. There you go. Thanks for joining us on Test Chamber, everybody. See you later.